All right, welcome everyone to the Mage Grey Wolf After Party. And of course, so far in here with us, we have the guest of honor. Oh, wait, no, this way. Mage Grey Wolf is with us. Mr. Mikey Famine, producer and co-host extraordinaire.
That's me.
Lovely Stephanie Helms is with us, and my brother from the other coast, Mr. Canadian Alleyman, is with us. And we are expecting the one and only Purple Rhymes with Orange, who will be jumping in here with us as well shortly. So if you'd like to jump in here with us, just let me know, and we'll send you a link. You can jump in. You can let me or Mikey know. Send either one of us one of them creepy message things, and I don't know. And we'll get you. We'll get you in here. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Tons of mice is on the ball here.
And it's thanks to Purple that I'm here.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right. Oh, Madam Who, hi.
That's another
Madam
thing.
Who.
That's another thing we need to add.
Madam Who will come in, send her an invite.
That's another thing we need to do, Neil, is we need to ask people how they heard about us.
Oh. Yeah, I think yeah.
No, it's not
a lot of folks end up hearing about us because of because of other things that we've been on, right?
Right.
And then we talk about it. So
no, it's not about hearing about you guys. It's through Purple. She helped me get the headset I'm using, so I wouldn't have even been on live streams. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that wasn't a big. Just asking for a recommendation. I just showed him the one I have.
Yeah, I thought she had good sound. So hey, what one are you using?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
for a
Purple.
budget-priced headset, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need to spend like a crap ton of cash. Like,
well, you also encouraged me.
Decent.
You also encouraged me to start my YouTube channel.
The gardening one?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think the ones I'm wearing right now, which I like way more than my Beats, were like $40.
Yeah, it's about what I paid for this one.
like I won't spend I got those because they were on. It was like $90 off of whatever they were supposed to be. So I was like, if I'm ever gonna get Beats, now's the time. But
Pull the trigger.
These were the ones that I had before that, and guess what I'm wearing right now? The ones I had before them fucking Beats. They're sitting over there somewhere.
Good.
Sonia, you may not remember how you found the channel or don't know how you found the channel, but we're glad you did.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Happy, joy.
Oh, Neil, I gotta show off my shirt.
This is true. This is where we first met.
Oh.
Is that a Transformer? No.
What is it? Oh, let me see.
Black Panther?
Oh, Black Panther, yeah. In a Jolly Roger format.
So, okay. So no one's heard of this guy. Maybe it was just me and my weird friends. Hold on, let me find his website. I can spell.
This looks like Black Panther. Is it not Black Panther?
SMRT. I am so smart. SMRT.
So this guy, let me just go to some t-shirts. Where's the classic joint? Okay.
Classic joint? I can roll one of them. What?
So what this guy's been doing, like, since I was, I don't know, 16, 17, and then I started this band, and me and my drummer, we always saw, like, we would watch, like, live footage of other bands, and then we would see, like, every once in a while, someone would have, like, a badass, like, a black tee, but it would have, like, a white cupcake, like, cupcake crossbones, you know what I'm saying? And then we come to find out, it's this one guy. He has a little t-shirt shop in Boston, and he makes these cupcake t-shirts, and his name is Johnny Cupcake. We're like, dude, we got to get one of these shirts. So we fucking go online. They want 40 fucking bucks for a shirt. And we're like, yeah, damn, that's an expensive shirt. Too rich for my blood.
Purple.
Oh, they'll be back. So it was like, oh, too rich for my blood. And then my wife goes and she's like, here, look at this place. I'm like, who told you about Johnny Cupcake? She saw him on, he put out pretty much an ad on TikTok. He just like showed people around his bakery which is what he calls his t-shirt shop. Like everything comes in like they pump in vanilla smell, like the door opens and steam comes out. Like it's a full-on fakery, he calls it. So this is a Johnny Cupcake shirt that I got for Christmas, but it's Black
really cool.
Panther Johnny Cupcake. And I was like, that is the most me thing I've ever seen in my life. And then she ordered it for me. And then she got me another one, just a plain one. But they kind of look like dish.
Shame what happened to the actor.
Yes.
So it's just all cupcakes. But they're
Look
all
at that.
Oh my god, they got a Wolverine one.
Yeah, dude. There's Deadpool.
At Deadpool.
Yeah, it's just
Shit.
hey, there's mine. There's mine.
Oh shit.
Like it's just, I don't know. It was something harkened from the past, right? And then she totally nailed it and got it for me. And I was like, that was awesome.
That's
there's
pretty
a
cool.
horror one here. Oh, I didn't see that. All right, let me share one more time. See?
That looks like almost like Pinhead.
Pinhead, and you got
I was
Freddy,
thinking Pizza the Hut.
and you
That
got
looks like
Pizza
Jason.
the Hut's eye.
you got Jason down there too.
Yes, you got Pinhead, Freddy, and Jason. Pretty much the original three of the slasher guys.
Mm-hmm. And they're great shirts too.
The original three would be Michael Myers if they had it.
Oh, Michael Myers too. Yeah.
Just if we were doing superheroes, I was just trying to pop out and change my avatar, but then StreamYard said I had to log in again and everything. Look what Bree made for me.
Oh, make that big. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, Bree had done herself as the Wasp, and I commented on it. Then she did this for me.
The Wasp and Ant Dino.
Basically, Iron Man armor.
Iron Man. Yeah, I was gonna say Dino Man or Iron Dino.
Do you remember what's Beast
I was
Wars?
thinking
The
I was
Transformers
thinking the
one?
Transformer too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's what I was
You
thinking.
could be Waspinator.
Waspinator.
They're making the movie.
Yep.
Live
the next
action.
Transformers
That's
movie.
Let me tell you something. It can't be worse than that fucking show. Whoo, that show is bad. It hurts your
Yeah.
eyes. The CGI is so bad, and I watched it religiously. I fucking love me some Beast Wars. What a terrible show.
well, yeah, but you had to consider for the time it was made. You know, the
Yeah.
computer graphics weren't what they are now.
Yeah, that's true.
Fair.
I understand. They should have just drew it. It's like it hurts your eyes. The CG is so bad, and they definitely took a lot of shortcuts.
Yeah. Well, they
Lot
went
of-
with the CGI because it was cheaper than the regular animators. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they did take a lot of shortcuts because it was kind of a risk. They didn't know, you know, if they were going to be able to do anything with it, if anybody was going to watch Transformers.
And then they had the guy who basically voiced like half the cast. He
Yeah,
did
Yeah.
Waspinator, Rat Trap, Dinobot. I'm sure he voiced a few more people.
Yeah,
in there.
Scott McNeil. I
Yeah, he's
actually
great.
met him at a Transformers convention.
Oh, cool.
cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
How am I just
And
now
he,
hearing this?
he had said that
Tell me
since he was
everything.
voicing like 4 of the 6 main characters, he said that his job was sitting in a glass booth talking to himself all day.
Yeah, a lot of it was the characters interacting. Rat Trap and Dinobot were always interacting, so that was just him talking to himself.
I love,
pretty much.
man, I love Dinobot. He was so edgy.
I like the Dinobots, the original ones.
Yep.
Grimlock.
Who's that?
And
Slag,
can't
Snarl,
remember any of their
Sludge,
fucking-
Grimlock, and Swoop.
Swoop. And I think Grimlock was the only one in the Transformers movie that they made that swore. They just cut it off, so they don't get the whole word out. He says shit, and then they just cut it off.
Mm.
Yeah. I love that movie, man.
Kind of like
I'd
how
like
they.
I'd like to
kinda-
see a live action Gargoyles movie.
Oh, that would be neat.
Ooh.
Okay,
That
that
would be cool.
that could be good. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
that
Gargoyles
would be
was
way
awesome.
better than they should have gave us Gargoyles instead of Avatar 2.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
What? Fans of Avatar that I've known have seen Avatar 2 said it's fucking phenomenal.
Well,
Probably is.
I didn't really
but-
hear anybody saying that it was going to be bad. It's just heard it was probably not going to make back its money.
Oh well, he spent like what?
No, it's
$2
already
billion
made its back
or
its
shit.
money. He's got the
Oh.
budget to make the next two.
Mm.
Well, these days, most movies make their money on toy sales before the movie ever premieres.
That's right.
So how many Avatar toys have you seen?
Well, they have Avatar Lego sets.
Yeah, toys are
Yeah,
kind of
they're
different now
actually pretty
because
cool.
like you'd have to have a computer or like a console like in your house. Other than that, it was tactile action figures. Like that was what we played with. But now everybody has a tablet. I don't even think anybody's buying action figures anymore.
Yeah, now that they're actually selling action figures for adults now.
Right. Like all
Yeah.
the adults collect them.
That's about it. They're more for a collector's market than for kids anymore.
Yeah.
I hear they're making another Fantastic Four movie.
I heard that.
Yep.
Because isn't
Yeah,
the one dude's in charge now, right?
Now, if Hasbro is smart, they'll save money on production, and for the Invisible Girl, they'll just sell an empty package because most collectors would never open it anyway.
It's just a
Even the action figures have tablets now.
right. It's like that Spyro thing where you'd have like that little base for your like Wii U or something like that, and you would set that little figurine on this platform, and it did something in the game. I'm like, what wall won't they breach at this point?
Yep.
Like what? How low are we trying to go at this point?
There's talk here. I googled the live action Gargoyles movie thing, and there's talk here about casting for it.
Really?
Okay,
So
who's going to be who?
Don't really care. There was the animated film that they did in '95.
Yes.
Yeah, but I want an actual live.
In
Keith
2019, there was an article saying live action Gargoyles movie with original cast reportedly in early production stage.
I don't.
That's
see
what I
any
was
of
going to
that.
ask
4
about.
years ago.
Yeah, I was going to ask about if they got the original cast, because that's really what made the series, was they had basically the whole bridge crew from the Next Generation in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might be a bit too old to play a live action version.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
just-
anymore. Between
just a
makeup and
voice, really.
CGI, they can make people 30 years younger.
Except the ones that are dead. That's
With CGI, they can make people that are dead. They
Yeah.
did it.
No, Anton, it's the Star Wars toys that aren't doing very well. Apparently, I'm the only one that bought one. The Star Wars toys are doing great. I got boxes of Lego Star Wars right over here. Tons of the shit. I got some new stuff too.
Well, the action
Now-
figures have been selling too well.
The action figures, well, they're pretty pricey. So that's not surprising, especially this time with everyone fucking being broke all the time.
Well,
That's
I mean,
for the holidays.
I've seen them even on clearance sales, and they're not selling.
Oh, you mean like new ones in the stores kind of thing?
Yeah.
I think he's talking about like I know the classic figures, which I still have some with the original run. Especially like the old Luke Skywalker where the lightsaber comes out of his hand and Darth Vader, and they all had the vinyl
Oh,
capes
those.
Oh.
before they came out with the clothy type capes. Like I still
had a
have a
whole bunch of
Jawa with a
those.
vinyl cape, and those are apparently pretty pricey. They're
Yep.
just packed away somewhere. But I had all that shit when I was a kid. But I did get
The
something.
classic stuff is different.
Yeah, something that was on sale for like half price, so I had to buy it. It's the classic Batman cowl right there.
Oh
Ah.
my god.
So I had to
Mhm.
get that.
No, I stumbled across this site that makes like custom hoodies. Oh my god.
Oh,
Dude. Dude.
Racy Neil is Racy. Oh, dude,
Oh, yeah, I've
what?
seen those before, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hi, Mel. It's been a long time. How you doing? Hope you're
Look up
holiday
wool
went well,
hats
and
that are
thank
like
you so
that,
much.
Mikey. You can get a Mandalorian hat that's a wool toque.
Why? I have a mask.
Dude.
Yeah,
Very
but this
right
would be a warm one that you could wear outside in the winter.
It's Goldar, dude, from Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh, I never watched Power Rangers.
Oh man.
I have a bit of a love-hate with Power Rangers. It's a shame what happened to Jason David Frank, though.
Yeah.
I do not have the original Batmobile. I did have one when I was a kid, a little cast iron one, and the missiles that shot out the back. However, I do have this. Hang on.
So can you guys tell me what's wrong with these?
You want me to say?
Ali should know for sure.
What's that now? What's wrong with them?
Yeah. There's a very obvious error with these.
Oh, this is dusty.
I'm missing it
All right, well, hit them.
because the whole thing's pretty wrong to me.
One of the legs
What
should be a
part of
different
it do you
color.
not mean?
Yep, one of the legs has to be silver or chrome. Because
Oh,
C-3PO's always been made out of junk, so one of his legs is always the wrong color.
I do have this one, Mel. I got the Lego Batmobile that I just put together a little while ago.
Look at that.
Oh,
That's pretty
you got
cool.
that classic. Yep. Okay, now did you get the Batcopter? Because that's the only set they put the classic Robin in.
I did not get the Batcopter. I think the only other place I've seen classic Robin in is the Bat Cave as well, the original Bat Cave set that came out. Yeah, so I got this. This one is the only thing, and it comes with the Cesar Romero version of Joker, of course, and of course the original Batman with the proper coloring and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought this was pretty damn cool, and I had, being a huge Batman fan, I had to have this, of course.
I have several Batman Lego or Batman Hot Wheel little cars on my wall here.
Nice. I had a mini Batmobile too, the original one back in, and a mini one of the Tumbler when they released that a little while back. Hang on here. But I did grab this one, which I thought was fucking awesome. Oh, almost fell because I'm old and unstable. I had to get this. This is Rock and Roll Batman. Comes with a guitar.
Oh, look at that.
And it's
Yeah, that
it's
was
from the
Lego
Batman
movie too.
Yeah, Lego Batman movie. Fucking awesome.
See, I've got the classic one from the series. I've got the Batman from the cartoon series, the Dark Knight Tumbler. Two of the ones I think are from the comic book and the 80s movie one.
Nice.
Oh,
Mel, I have so much Lego.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. That whole thing there is a stack of Lego, and then there's another stack in my closet, and there's another stack in the beginning down below here, and it's all Star Wars and Marvel.
Neil, you have no clue.
Oh well.
Yeah.
If I'd kept all my old Lego, I'd be, my whole room would be full of shit.
Yep.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I never had the Dark
First
Age.
order
because
left.
The Lego are the one thing I took with me, so my nephews didn't get them. So I still have all the Lego all the way back from when I was like 7 years old.
Wow.
And then I've just been buying a lot of stuff, mostly thrift stores and that over the years. But at this point, I've got enough loose pieces to probably fill 5 or 6 bathtubs.
That's cool.
That's not
cool. I
counting
probably
the
would have
stuff
the same
that's
if I
still in
kept
the
mine.
boxes.
Lego
I have-
Masters. Go watch that.
Oh shit! Look at that.
oh man.
That's awesome, by the way, Mel.
I gotten this Lego Darth Vader build for $15 on clearance. And
Nice.
It's like a $50 set.
Very cool. Yeah, I got the Batman cowl for half price too, which I was like, which is awesome. Lego, another brick house.
Yeah. I managed to pick
I'm also
up some.
a patron of Scientist Mel, which you should be too, because she's fucking amazing and she teaches a lot of really good shit.
Yeah, I got that Darth Vader displayed with two polybag TIE fighters on either side of them.
Nice.
I miss
I
back in
just-
the 90s and the 2000s when Target used to, like, during the Christmas season, make the toy department half the store. And then in January and
course.
February, I could buy up the Lego sets at, like, 75% off.
Let me see if I can find this shit here. It's got to be in here somewhere.
There's so many amazing hoodies in here.
I used Lego to teach my daughter fractions.
Check out the
Oh,
private
yeah.
chat, Mikey.
The cement block raised bed I had set up, I actually used Legos to work out how many blocks I needed.
Hey, Neil.
What? That's awesome.
The king
Yeah.
in the north.
When I got my
Sloth Girl made one
Akatsuki-
like that for one of my nephews.
I got the Akatsuki cape. It came with this. The anti-leaf.
Yes.
Ah,
headband. All right.
Oh, dude, check. I'm gonna put another one in there.
Stand here. This fucking
Here.
shit. I got too much junk in my junk
Check
drawer.
that one
people.
out. Check that one out, Mikey.
Let's see if I can do this. Signed Kevin Smith shoes. Oh, now I'm jealous.
Neil.
There's a Darth
Oh my
Vader one
God.
and a Stormtrooper one.
And
There's a
Deadpool.
Deadpool one. The Chewbacca one.
Yeah. yeah, I just saw the Chewie.
You come around my house with that thing on your face, you're catching a snow shovel to the face. I don't know what you are. And I'd rather apologize than be eaten by whatever kind of creature or monstrosity you currently are. Wearing that was a mistake. I'm sorry you're bleeding. Let's clean you up.
How come I don't bite much?
The police report would be, cut and dry. It's like, look, can you blame the guy?
Self-defense against a bear.
Yeah.
I'm too close to the Canadian border for you to be running around in bear cosplay.
Yeah,
So this is the Ahsoka minifigure with the light up lightsaber, by the way.
neat.
That's
Is she
pretty
getting
cool,
a
yeah.
show?
Huh?
Is she getting
Yeah,
a
she
show?
got a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a show.
I think
Yeah,
thanks
so-
to Disney, every character that's ever appeared in the franchise will have their own series at some point.
No,
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
The Hammerhead show.
The Gonk droid will not get a show.
Oh, I don't
Wait,
know. I'd
give it
watch
time.
it.
Posters and memes, but not a show.
I'd
Give
watch
it time.
Don't get desperate enough.
Well, they tried to introduce Geo.
Did they? Oh,
You want The
some of
Rock?
them.
It was a rock.
Yes.
Geo. It's a character they're trying to introduce into Star Wars.
Has everybody here seen the Black Adam movie yet?
Nope.
Can we
No.
spoil
Not
it on
yet.
that? No. Okay.
Not yet.
I didn't know they had a movie of that either.
Well, The Rock is starring in it, so that's why it popped into my head.
Dwayne The Rock
Yeah.
Johnson.
It's on my list of things to watch.
And
Yeah,
what
just- I
about
can-
the DC universe in general? Does anybody have any comments on that? I know Mikey's not into
It's a bit of a mess.
it. Very much so.
I've never been a big fan of DC. I've really only paid attention to the Marvel.
Wise.
I like DC stuff.
You like
Well,
everything.
the DCEU has been a bit of a mess.
I don't know,
I gotta admit.
for me, the MCU is done with Infinity War.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not
everything
so
else
much
is-
on the current movies.
Yeah, everything else is forget about it, really. At least for
Well, they
me.
got to start tying stuff back together, and it really seems like it's all so loose right now. That's part of it.
Well, they did come out and say that this last phase was pointless, so
Nothing happened.
Filler phase.
You're
Filler
welcome.
phase.
yeah.
No, something did happen. They introduced the multiverse. Right?
Yep, they did.
That was the point of it. That if did you watch the Loki series?
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that series. That was great.
I didn't like it.
It was funny, but I don't know what the point of it was.
To introduce the bad guy for the upcoming next phase.
One Division I liked up until the last couple episodes.
I hated that show. Wanda, I could not do. I'm like, this is Scarlet Witch. What the hell are we even talking about? If she had a nightmare, the Earth in our galaxy is gone. Like, what are why is everyone treating her like everyone should be afraid of her? Like, why are people talking to her? Like,
dude,
you need to run.
You know, she's one of the most powerful mutants in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, but she's stuck playing I Love Lucy with a town. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, the big bad guy in it, they went over the top of trying to kill the kids and all. Well, was actually the one that was in the right trying to stop her.
Right. The bad guy was the only person doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Well, Scientist Mel was just saying that about Poison Ivy.
Yeah. Botanist, climate change professor loses funding and turns to crime to save the planet. Poison Ivy.
Yeah, essentially.
Of course, Mel said she had a dream about Hiddleston too. So, hubba. They did Scarlet Witch dirty. Yeah, she's way more powerful than they make her out to be in that shit.
Even in Infinity War, somebody like two little goblin-looking dudes just jump kick her, and she falls over. Oh, and she's fainted. I'm like, you're a fucking Scarlet Witch. Bend space and time. Turn him into ashes or something. Like, you can do anything.
Put whatever she wants into your head too, right?
Yeah. So. Don't kick me. There's one thought. That one I'm going to give you for free. I put in your head, don't jump kick me in the face so that I fall out for half the rest of the movie.
Oh, sweet.
The Swede.
Is this a Swede? You see a Swede? I don't. Oh, there's a Swede. Hold on.
Still looking at hoodies, I see.
There's tons of people in the chat that should be getting invites.
Yeah, no kidding.
My Twitter is just chilling.
Say something to Mikey, people. Get an invite.
Rules.
Come on in here.
You know the rules.
Surgery, Swede. Oh my.
Surgery.
Oh, is it coming up? Ooh, they got a bunch of One Piece hoodies, but I don't know what any of them mean.
The chat's so funny sometimes. Oh, and Mel goes, how did Reba Hiddleston the other night? Tons of Mice, of course, goes, go on. Mel comes back and says he was a very nice man.
Ooh, the 18th. Good luck, Swede.
Shit.
Yeah. Of all these long-running animes, I'm more into My Hero Academia.
Love that show.
Want to come in, Mel? You haven't been in one of these in a long time. We'll have you in here for sure.
Neil,
what's up? Oh shit!
What is that? What's that from?
One Piece.
Sanji's outfits. This is during the Wano arc where they go to the land of samurai and stuff, and they have to try. That's Luffy's. That's the arc I'm actually watching right now. That's Luffy's.
Got his pants too, Neil.
Yeah, I know. I don't really do hoodies, dude. So, not really a hoodie guy. I have like one hoodie, and I bought it because it was to support my aunt's store in Nova Scotia.
I am constantly freezing.
I'm always cold. That's what I get jackets for. And you know me, I buy the anime jackets. Like I got my Naruto jacket right here. Right? So.
I mean, these are zip ups. They're not pullovers.
Well, that's true. Will.
Did anybody besides me watch? Did anyone besides me watch the gold medal game the other night? Canada.
I did not.
Nope.
Let me guess. We won.
Canada. Woo!
Canada. Canada.
We did in overtime.
Is this a sports ball thing?
Hockey.
Slide ball.
It's not sports ball. It's sports.
It's not really a ball. It's
it's a puck.
flat thing.
It's called flat ball, and they play it on ice.
Flat ball. It's deflate ball.
Deflated. Well, that's
Not a
any
ball,
team Tom
it's a-
Brady's on.
What? You might say it's a disc, so it's right up.
Oh yeah,
on
that's
that
why Ali
alley
likes.
anyway,
That's why
so-
Ali likes hockey is because it's
I-
two small discs.
I don't really watch the professional hockey that much, but the World Juniors, I really find that entertaining because it's basically all talent, and
Yeah.
and payrolls are not involved. You know, it's not
That's
who's
right.
getting paid the most and stuff like that. It's just the talent guys are all there, and it's all the young guys that are about to get into the
Do they get paid?
National Hockey League
No,
for this. I don't think so. I think this is
Oh.
volunteer,
That's-
and
well,
but
that's stupid.
no, they're playing
should
for the
get
honor of the
paid.
country.
They should get
Yeah.
paid. If anyone's making a
Well-
dollar off of it, they should get some of it. That's not fair.
I'm sure they have
Unless you get hurt.
incentives. Trust me.
Yeah,
Sure
they're
they have
probably
incentives.
well. Part of the incentives is they're about to be drafted into the NHL, so
And that's where the money comes in.
right, that's where the money comes in. Like the Connor Bedard is going to go number 1 pick. Whoever's got the first pick is going to get Connor Bedard this year.
And the medals they get are real gold.
That too,
So you can melt them down.
if they wanted to.
Yeah, but who's going to do that?
Me. Me 100%.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Are those gold medals on that?
That looks like
Luigi-
Mario. Is
medals
that supposed
here.
to be Mario? It is Mario. Yeah.
Luigi.
Okay, it's Luigi
Okay. Whatever. From
Oh,
Mario.
whatever he says.
All I meant.
and Mario. Mario.
Mario.
What are you from? Fucking,
Mario.
what are you from fucking Staten
Mario.
Island over there? Fucking Mario.
Mario.
Fucking, you got a New
Mario.
York accent all of a sudden. Fucking Ollie man from the Bronx. Fucking Mario over there.
That's right, eh?
fucking New York pizza. Sorry.
Oh shit.
Mario's Pizza or is it
Yeah.
Johnny's Pizza?
As long as it's not Jerry's Pizza. You could-
Jerry's Pizza. Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
You order that shit, apparently the cops show up.
Only if
wasn't
you're in
why.
Romania.
That wasn't how they found him either, by the way. That actually came out. They just
No,
knew he
but
was
it's
there.
still
Yeah.
funny. It's a good. It's a
It
good.
is. It is.
Let that be a lesson to him.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, could have ordered DiGiorno. You know.
Yeah, apparently
Actually-
they had been watching him for a while.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I just saw a fucking hilarious meme where the evil people get taken out by their teen arch enemies and stuff like that. And they show, of course, Green Goblin, who was taken out by Spider-Man, and they show shit, the hell else was there?
Voldemort.
And then Voldemort, that's right, and he was taken out, of course, by Harry Potter.
He who will
and then
not
they
be
show-
named.
Then they show Andrew Tate, and of course he was taken out by Greta. But I think isn't she 20 now? Does she still count as
She was
a
19.
19. 19.
19? Okay.
Yeah, she was 19 at the time. I don't know if she. I think she has a birthday coming up though.
Could be. Well, I think we all have birthdays coming up at some point.
Yep.
Well, soon. I mean,
I
think
know.
most of us have one sometime
relatively
this year.
soon,
Hi.
yes.
They don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Mage. They get me with that all the time. Take
Yep.
one little part of your sentence, get super literal, and then they laugh at you in a group.
in fact, yeah, it was January 3rd, so she just had her birthday.
Then
there you
she's
go.
20 now, but at the
She's not
time
20.
she was 19.
There you go.
Oh, I got one for Mage.
No, what do we got
Come
here?
on.
Oh, My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
About to
Nice.
go.
Cool.
There's got to be some Dragon Ball ones, Mikey, since you're looking.
Oh, I went
Oh,
through
there
about
are. There
I went through about
totally are.
40 sets of fucking Saiyan armor.
Hi,
Yeah.
Maya. Greta was
Hello.
20 on the 3rd of January. Thanks, Tons. There you go. So now we know, and knowing's half the battle.
G.I.
Joe.
Now, this isn't real Lego. I showed this to Mikey earlier, but it is because they don't really make Naruto Lego, which is kind of depressing. But I got this. It's not put together yet because it's still in its bag. But see, they're too cheap to make boxes, I guess. For this.
The perfect hoodie doesn't exist. He freezes.
It's another Ziploc bag. Did you order more Star Wars?
This is it's a different company.
This is New Wart, new Wartort, whatever, New Ratu
No,
Wart.
it's not Star Wars because they actually do the right. There you go, and it's
Dragon Ball
Kurama.
Z is
Kurama
which-
from
Dragon.
Naruto.
Oh, okay.
It's the Nine Tails. So you got them right there.
Green
It comes
Mario.
with
I hate
three little Naruto figures as well. So, yeah,
It's in a
that's
Ziploc
not legit
bag.
Lego, but it's still really cool. So I had to buy it.
Yeah, some of those
Also got-
knockoff Legos are pretty neat.
They are.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, One Punch Man.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
So perfect.
Yeah.
And I
Some
could
of
just
the
start putting,
knockoff
like,
brands
Asking
now
for a
aren't too
link.
bad, but none of them have the precision of Lego.
Anton, you stop it. Anton,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
swear.
You know, I just saw that you had sent me a request to come in here. I don't want to give you a link now.
No. No.
No.
You've gone too
What is this?
far.
What the hell?
oh
man?
my goodness.
It's like saying Captain Yoda from the Starship Enterprise. Like, where do you want to go? You want to go outside? You want to dance?
That's all
So
like,
Neil,
I'm
I
on
think
to-
you're very rock and roll. So guess what I did when I was in Vegas in December?
Rolled rocks.
I got a tattoo.
Did you?
Is that your
Yeah.
first one?
Yeah, it's like a
big.
spaceship going to a planet.
That's
did.
awesome. Mikey stole it.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
this
yeah, I should've
place
made that
that
bigger.
does like $10 tattoos. And
Pull
they
it up
also they also
Put it up
do
again.
Show it again.
like they were doing a toy drive.
Put it up again.
Show it again.
Okay. Here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, I remember
like it.
seeing you post the images of that on Twitter.
Yeah. So I was like, I've been marked with science.
Sweet.
How cool.
I don't know.
Marked with science.
I think the one tattoo I might get if I ever get a tattoo would be the Zapdos.
You just
Okay.
made that word up.
Oh yeah.
Nope, I
No,
didn't
no,
make it up.
Sounds like it.
Nope,
What is
nope.
that?
Symbol of the
It's
epistle.
the atheist symbol that Aaron Roth's son created.
Yeah, Aaron Rod's son came
no,
up
no,
with the name.
no. I thought Bionic Dance created it.
No, she coined the term that it represents.
Zapdos.
How the hell do you spell that?
It's a pistivist. It's the symbol of the pistivist.
Yeah,
What the what do I type into the keyboard? You guys just
Zapdos.
Z-O-
what letters do I
Z-O-P.
punch?
English. Do you
Z-
speak it?
Z-O-P.
ZOP and then upside down
D-
ZOP.
O-
back.
I was
Z.
a stoned one.
Zapdos.
Zapdos?
Yep.
Stop Dawes.
Zapdos.
Oh,
That
so you
sounds
mean
like Shazam. Like
so
if
you
you
mean
say that,
Shazam.
something
Z
should
O
happen.
P D O Z? Because that's what I was looking for. And if anybody else is
Yep.
trying to search it, ZOPDOZ.
Yes. It's one of them words you can flip and it says the same thing, right?
Mm,
Palindrome.
Mm.
Palindrome. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Palindrome is front
No,
to back.
palindrome's reading it forward or backward.
Oh, reading for it.
Y'all are doing
Oh, okay.
a kickflip.
I don't know.
This one you can
Kick
flip it
flipping the
upside down and
letters.
read it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Not-
So just turn your screen
That's
upside.
it.
that.
Type it on
right
your
there.
screen, Ollie, and then turn your screen upside down, and it'll say the same.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Dude.
Flip your computer.
Turn
That's
your
a
laptop.
Zapdos.
Okay,
Yeah.
but how come if you read palindrome backwards, it doesn't read right?
I don't know.
Because they weren't thinking ahead.
I think there is a phobia of palindromes, and the phobia itself is a palindrome. I
That
don't
just
Well,
know.
proves
that's
that's-
really useful, isn't it?
That proves that
So
Satan
the
is
people
real.
who have the phobia can't actually say it.
Sort of like that phobia of long words, or the
It's
supposed phobia for
IBO.
long
Yeah,
words.
I found it.
Why is abbreviated such a long word?
I don't know.
Oh,
Well, just use a lot of commas and hope for the best.
What's another word for thesaurus?
It,
Book
You know-
dinosaur.
okay, you know how some languages have the accent marks over the vowels and different things to tell you
Yeah,
about
like glottal
inflections?
stops and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
French?
In the Finnish language, there is a specific mark that tells you where in the word to inhale because some of the words are too long to say in a single breath.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
believe that.
They have that in music. Makes sense.
Okay, now here's where you go and you listen to Jeff Buckley's cover of Hallelujah and that last note that lasts like, I don't know, 16 bars, maybe. I can't remember how
great
many
version,
bars
though.
it is. Jeff
Yeah.
Great
Buckley's cover of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah is pretty good, but he holds this note and it's just like amazing breath control.
Wow.
I'm a former choir nerd.
I was in a choir too when I was a kid.
Sweet, check your DMs.
Sweet. So what are you going in for now? Did they realize they left a piece out and they have to go back and put it in? Or?
So,
Guys, missing his watch.
I did a very long Twitter thread about this. So,
Oh, I must have missed it. Sorry.
let me pull up the image.
He's going in for a tune-up.
He's got to do the oil change.
It is much more than that.
It's a
A lot.
major plumbing job.
Let's so let me
Is this a medical thing or is this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
share screen, don't show them. Yep, share. Okay. So you got that, Mikey?
Yep.
So this is how it should look if it worked right. Except for there's no mechanical valve right here like there would be. But the aneurysm in September was right here. And so they tried a TAVR, which is this right here. However, this part right here detached.
Oh shit.
And so blood is flowing behind the TAVR here.
That's
I
not
currently have an aneurysm that's about 1.5 centimeters larger than it should be.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
What the original actually was the TAVR started here. So what they're going to have to do is actually replace, because I have Dacron up to here, so it's this white stuff all the way up to here, and then they left this part open so that the left subclavian could get blood, because that's what goes to your lungs, your arm, and everything like that. So they're going to have to replace all of this. So whether they go all the way down to my legs or not, that's, or they do it in parts in a couple of years from now or not, whatever. We don't know this yet, but this part has to be done first because they need to take all this out. So the carotid subclavian bypass is what's first. That's in the 18th, and then 60 to 90 days later, they do what's called the can of biscuits surgery, where they take the incision goes from the bottom of your sternum down around your rib cage and then all the way up to the top of your back, and then they split you like a can of biscuits so that they can get in behind everything. They deflate the left lung, and then they do it in such a way that they use cooling, and I'm not exactly sure how all that works, but they basically cool your body down so that everything slows to a crawl, so that when they clamp things for an extended period of time, they don't cause a lot of damage.
Okay,
Sounds like a fun time.
cringe. My body is having involuntary convulsions just listening to you describe this.
Yeah. No kidding.
So roughly end of March, early April will probably be when all this happens, right around my 43rd birthday.
Wow.
Now, this will all have to be replaced at some point just because that's what Marfan does. And the reason this didn't stay connected right here is because the glue that they would use to make sure this stays can't attach to connective tissue to connect to.
Your sound went away.
Oh, did it?
You're back.
Back.
So anyway, Marfan makes it so the glue that they use. So what they actually do is they take out your aorta and just use a Dacron tube all the way down.
What?
That word's also made up.
It's
Really?
it's a form of polyester.
You're gonna have an Iron
I know
Man
what Dacron
heart.
is. Yeah, actually it's a brand name. It's a DuPont brand name.
Wow.
This week
correct.
on This Old Tweet.
How long is the recovery time for that?
So for the major surgery, it can be anywhere from 3 months to 2 years.
Wow.
I've seen people report having been in the hospital for 1.5 years trying to come back from this.
What?
They've also
So you're gonna have to join us from the hospital?
the two that I've already been through, the valve replacement and the TAVR and everything, I came back so quickly that most of the doctors are like, you'll likely come back pretty quick.
7 to 14
The issue with
years.
most of this is during, and the way I understand it, so I'm probably wrong. Somebody could, that's a cardiothoracic surgeon could correct me, but the biggest risk
Go ahead.
is when they do the cooling and the blood flow stoppage, that it potentially could cause irreversible damage to the spinal column, so you become a paraplegic.
Sweet. Fuck.
Potentially. It's not a very big risk, but here's the good news. So the hope is that I could get into Houston, because Dr. Caselli is the world's greatest. He literally flies around the world and trains people on how to do these things. He's done over 7,500 of them himself.
Damn.
He trained directly under Dr. DeBakey, who basically wrote the book on aortic surgery from the beginning. So the hope
You're in
was
good
that I
hands.
could get in with. The hope was I could get in with Dr. Caselli. Dr. Caselli's office called last Friday, said you're in,
Nice.
and that's that. So I have Dr. Caselli actually doing my surgeries.
That's cool.
Excellent. That's cool.
Dude.
So literally, the world's greatest.
Only
Which
the
is
best
awesome.
for our
Good.
suite.
That's right.
So yeah, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting next 3-4 months.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Uh,
What else can you say?
You've already made it through 2, so I think the odds are in your favor now.
Yeah, that's the thing is so you look up the mortality
Never
of the
tell
big
me the
surgery and
odds.
everything, and it comes back and it says 11%, but they don't break the mortality out into cohorts. So it's you're lumped into the same group as an 82-year-old having the same surgery for age. Then you're having the same thing for 40-year-olds with connective tissue disorders like me. And then you're having athletes who had aneurysm issues. So you're having all of these cohorts mixed together. So you really don't know, is that 11% an accurate thing, number one. And then number two, obviously you're having the world's best kind of lowers your chances for that. But the cardiothoracic surgeon here in Omaha looked at me and said, you've already lived through 2 things that should have killed you. So that chance shouldn't scare you at all.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
what I'm facing is the fact is my mortality is 100% probably within the next 12 months if I don't get this done. So, so it's either an 11% mortality chance or 100%.
Yeah, I'd take the 11%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Anyway, so that's what's coming down my pike.
There is no such thing as an average patient.
That's right.
There just
That's
isn't. My nephew just kicked bone cancer, and it was
Awesome.
a rare kind, and he was looking at losing his leg, and he might get to keep it, but he's been battling it for over a year, and he's 11. So it's like when I found out the type of cancer, I'm doing the numbers in my head because I've done cancer research, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I talk to my brother about this? So I'm just like,
Speaking about rare cancer, how's Soft Girl doing?
Yeah. Purple.
Yeah, well, that's I came in on your interview halfway through because I was coming back from the hospital. So she's in rehab. She's doing pretty good and kind of expecting they're going to send her home on Tuesday at this point.
That's good news.
Good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the bad news is that this was all a result of the chemo drugs. So they're going to have to not give her any treatments for 8 to 12 weeks for her to get everything out of her system before they can try a new treatment plan.
Ooh.
Are they exploring immunotherapies?
I don't think that's really been discussed, no.
Okay.
Part of the problem is she had MS before she got the cancer. So that's,
shit.
yeah, the MS drugs left her immunocompromised to begin with.
Right.
Oh, shit. I do know that there's a lot of inroads that they're making for multiple types of cancer, because everyone says, oh, they have a cure for cancer. I go, yeah, they do for some of them. but there's like over 240 types of cancer. What are you talking about? Like,
And
be
no
specific.
patient is the average patient. So,
And that
Yeah.
too, right?
I mean, it's
I think in the
cancer
average
is-
human gets cancer, like 10 times a day? Just your body knows how to deal with it most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, cancer is usually a failure
born
of
with
the
it.
immune system in some form because it's supposed to undergo cellular apoptosis. And then if it doesn't, then your immune system takes it out. That's what's supposed to happen, but it doesn't happen all the time. And so different people and stuff.
Neil, if you're looking for new ink, I got a candidate for you. I think this is great.
Ah, good lord.
He's trying. He's really trying.
You know, it could be in his case that English is a second language. And I'll never, if that's the case, I'll never walk all over somebody for not knowing English very well if it's a second language, because they know more than one language, and not many people know more than one fucking language. So kudos to them for that.
So it might be a situation like somebody getting kanji on them. They don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I actually like the George Carlin routine that you have tattooed. Don't anyone ever tell this guy all the shit we wrote on his back. He thinks it's a pirate ship.
All right, I saw this one tattoo of somebody's grandmother, and it says, his grandmother says, "There's not to get any more tattoos."
I have to
Get
ask
as
you
many as
guys,
want.
have you guys seen the Oppenheimer trailer yet?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What
not.
do you think?
It'll be interesting how they splice in the actual like interview audio, because I think they're going to actually what's his name? Cumberbatch's going to lip sync the
Kelly and
interview.
Murphy. Yeah.
Is going to actually lip sync the whole like I am become death interview. So it'll be interesting how they do that and stuff. But yeah, it'll because he was the one that was really against it actually ever being used.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was.
Oh, is this about the Manhattan Project stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be? Ah, cool.
It's amazing how many people worked on that. And that's one thing I try to get across to people. I don't think they quite, and I always have, anytime I teach, anything really, students always ask me about the Manhattan Project. But the thing that people really don't put into perspective is that we had just cracked the quantum mechanical model of the atom, where we were the electron cloud model, where, you can't, like Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, that whole thing, all those dudes, Schrodinger, Heisenberg, Planck, Bohr, Rutherford, they all existed within at the same time. And they had cracked the atomic model. I think it was by 1927. And then here they go. The next step was the atomic bomb. And it's like, we moved so quickly from, okay, atoms exist, to atoms are small things that make up big things, to, Okay, now we got a nucleus, now we got electrons, now we got all this stuff. Okay, they're not in perfect rings like Bohr thought. And then Schrodinger, Heisenberg, and Einstein are like, let's talk quantum mechanics. And it's crazy. So they sorted all of this with math. Okay, just with math and a few couple wet lab experiments. But it's like within the next 20 years, we'd have the bomb. So
Well,
it's
The other thing that's amazing is it's the number of those people, the people involved with the Manhattan Project. Richard Feynman was a young guy at the time working on the Manhattan Project, and Hans Bethe and you know the people that Oppenheimer put together to run the show there to do the science between General Groves, who was the military guy, and J. Robert Oppenheimer. That was an unbelievably successful program.
And
Although it was dedicated to blowing shit up, which
And you
a lot
had
of
Niels
shit
Bohr.
is dedicated to blowing shit
I mean,
up. That's weird.
On the US side, you had Einstein, who consulted from time to time, and you had Niels Bohr, who consulted from time to time, two parents of the atomic quantum mechanical model, right? And then over on the Nazi side, you had Einstein's former buddy, Heisenberg, running the science over there. So it was literally like Heisenberg's like, hey, Einstein, come join the Nazis. And he's like, yeah, no, man, that ain't my jam. And he defects to the US. And so it's like you have two major masterminds involved in these projects trying to hurry up and go faster than the other because Nazis. You know, it's
The Nazis never really got all that close, though.
No,
either.
they didn't. They didn't get that close because they didn't have everybody else on it like the US had.
Well,
but it's
that
still frightening to
and
think.
there was
And
one
then there
other
was-
thing:
and-
the 1942 operation in Norway to blow up the heavy water plants 3 different times was also, and that was done by like 9 people landing in Norway in frozen water. It was pretty cool. But you know,
I put that mission on Call of Duty.
You talk about these timelines. I mean, we went from the
Oh,
first
yeah.
rocket going up to the moon landing in what, 30 years?
Yes.
We went from
And-
the first flight to moon landing in 65 years.
And it's crazy because there are people who do a lot who criticize NASA for basically being established by defectors from the Nazi regime. You know,
I was born the year before the first thermonuclear explosion. I was born in 1953. So a lot of this stuff is like
I was born after Chernobyl. No long-term side effects.
I have something funny for you, Mikey.
Mm.
You need to look up radioactive hybrid boar pigs.
Oh, I've seen them.
Oh man, those
And
things
the
are awesome.
and the wolves of
Fukushima?
Chernobyl.
Over
Wait,
there by Fukushima.
Mel,
Yeah.
what do they have to use the old World War II sunken ship metal for? Because it doesn't have any radioactivity to it. They can't use iron or.
They use it in some aircraft instruments.
Okay, yeah, because it can't be any. Basically, post 1945, all steel made after that has some radioactivity to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's an actual like business of going and finding old World War II shipwrecks.
no kidding.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that. That's
Oh
interesting.
yeah, some aircraft navigation instruments are actually, their accuracy can be thrown off by even that minute amount of radiation in the metal.
See, my lame self would be like, oh my God, somebody's looking for World War II ships. Can I like go on vacation and watch them?
No.
It's actually a terrible problem because there are a lot of people out there who are pirating them. Shipwrecks are literally
Yes.
disappearing.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
they are. And then you get into all of where did the original stuff come from that belongs to that country? And then you have all of these different lawsuits and international waters and all that.
Well,
Borders are
and
stupid.
also the fact that these ships
Word.
are effectively graveyards for hundreds of sailors.
See, this is why I had issues going to the Titanic exhibit. I had like a complete breakdown in the middle of the freaking exhibit because I couldn't get past the fact that these were people's clothes and they might have been wearing them when they died. And
Yeah.
I just was like, I'm like, this is so disrespectful. I like had a full-on panic attack in the middle of the Titanic exhibit. And I'm like, everybody is like, ooh, this is cool. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? I'm
I had a very
not
similar
normal.
reaction. I had a very similar reaction at the Holocaust Museum. So
Oh yeah, the pile of shoes. The pile of shoes.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Actually, Mel, I
Glasses.
had a similar. I didn't even see the whole Titanic exhibit. They just had a couple of items from it on display when they were promoting it, and just that was enough to bring me to tears thinking about that. You know, that 700 people went down in that.
I was really stupid because I ended up going on the anniversary and I didn't realize it until I was there. And I'm like, well, that just made my anxiety 1,000 times worse.
Just think if they only had enough lifeboats, everybody could have gotten off.
God.
Oh, and Sonia, one cool thing that I'll have to post the link for, but there are bacteria now that have evolved to eat microplastics.
The maritime law has significantly changed with regard to things like having sufficient lifeboats and life rafts aboard ships. And in like 1912, I think it was a Seamen's Act of 1912, Robert La Follette would introduce this thing, and it was a direct result of what happened at Titanic.
actually, Sonia, I'll guarantee you got microplastics in your bloodstream.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Oh,
It's in
yeah.
the rain.
Yeah.
What?
They have also found
It's in our rain. For
What?
fuck's sakes.
they found a couple of different species of bacteria that have evolved for different things.
Got one that
They
eats
have
oil
found
now,
a
too.
species living outside a former DuPont plant that is able to metabolize nylon.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I heard about that.
And
Heard
they
about
have
that.
found a species that is actually capable of eating styrofoam.
Oh,
There's
They've been
another
knowing
one
about
that
for
can
a while
take
now.
toxic metal ions, or at least a toxic form of gold in ionic form, and turn it into solid gold.
What?
I forget which one it is.
Holy
It's kind of
shit!
cool.
Alchemy all over again.
Wow.
right.
I like to go. I like to go to the creationists. Right. Well, would you consider your pond scum becoming a lethal lethal parasite to be one kind becoming another kind, and then usually the answer is maybe, no, maybe. What's over there?
Yeah, there's no such thing as evolution, except that you can actually watch it happen.
Oh my
Yeah.
My
gosh.
attitude towards them is evolving as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I kind of miss teaching farm kids in the Bible about biology because that was always a fun thing to talk about. But now I'm in
Well,
Sounds like
I teach
self-torture.
college now.
That must have been a blast.
Sounds like self-torture, Mel. I don't know about.
No, it kind of was. It was pretty cool. I think one of the things, particularly when dealing with people who are very resistant to evolution, something that people don't consider, and this is interesting. I actually had this conversation a bit with my family. My family's like super religious, and my sister-in-law, my brother, and my sister, all educated. My brother's educated. We're like the only people educated in our family on both sides. So we're having this thoughtful conversation about evolution, and they're super, super Jesus loving, which is fine. But they're like, I had a really hard time. They would say to me, I had a really hard time accepting evolution because I couldn't, it was like, it was painful because then they had to resolve the fact that somebody lied to them.
Yep.
Something that was a deep held belief from the
Yeah.
time that they were children. They've been lied to.
Yeah,
So
The information's not the issue.
right. It's not the information. It's processing that. So what I had to do a lot of the times trying to teach evolution is remove the fear of I'm going to make you accept this to it's okay if you don't. I just want you to understand what these words mean. And then I could see, particularly with the really, really smart ones, the ones that I knew better, if they thought about it just for 5 seconds, they had an internal struggle. And it was sad to watch them because they're finally figuring out, oh my God, this makes sense. This is not what I was told. And so you have to mitigate a bit of that and be a little bit of a
I
therapist.
think that's a really, really smart point. You know,
It's just
that
hard.
people are the indoctrination is so strong.
Mhm.
That,
Santa
you know,
Claus question for adults.
You know,
Well, I mean, particularly in the South, we didn't have anything to do out here. We would go and hang out at a Mazio's pizza parking lot and get high off the helium balloons.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's like that's what you did. That's what you did.
Hell
You would
yeah.
go
Talk
in,
funny.
you get some pizza and a soda, and then if somebody had $1, we could get like 4 helium balloons off of that and just play like, I don't know, Poison. There were some dudes that would play Unskinny Bop, and we would just laugh at them because they would try to like dance, And we're like, God, y'all are stupid.
Oh, that's funny.
But that's all you did. So all you had
Terrible fucking
were
song, though.
churches that had basketball courts, that had swimming pools, that had you had a whole bunch of stuff there. And all you had to do was be a member of the church and you could go and use it anytime you wanted to. So in a small town where there's nothing to do, all you've got is that community. And so it's kind of like you're threatening their little thing that they had that gave them a place to go when, for whatever reason. And it's kind of, you have
being
to
held
navigate it
hostage.
carefully.
Yeah.
So if we can't
Indoctrination's
tax,
tough to get around.
if we can't tax the churches, we should make them pay a fine to put up a basketball hoop.
I mean, they had a whole basketball league.
That's what I'm saying. The church league is official. They're taking them tithes and offerings, and they're putting down hardwood, adjustable
Yep.
nets. You know what I mean? Like they got
Get this.
serious gym in this place.
I was the coach for the church cheerleading team because I had background. I was a cheerleader when I was. We couldn't shake our hips. We had to stiff arm everything. It was terrible. So trying to dance to Cool in the Gang, celebrate, just doing the same 4 movements like in a square. I'm like, guys, this is boring. I didn't sign up for this.
Well, you spoke to God and say that I need another jet plane.
But it wasn't.
I pray
even
to God, give me a J. I pray to God, give me an E.
But we couldn't shake our hips. We couldn't shake our hips. We couldn't shimmy. We couldn't do anything like that. We could only stiff arm everything and stomp around. And I'm like, we can't even. I don't want to dance like a robot the whole time.
I
and
never
it's not even
understood
cool
cheerleading.
robot.
Never understood it. Still don't understand it. What are you cheering for? Your classmates?
You're
The
supposed
professional
to.
team?
You're supposed to hype up the crowd and get them to go. And then anytime that there's a ref call, then you respond to the ref with like a particular cheer, either basically a nice way to cuss out the ref.
I would put all of you out.
Yeah. So it's
like, get out of my game.
It was a way to get the crowd engaged, but also to give the crowd like a voice when they were mad at a bad ref call. That's really it.
Sure, I'm doing like food eating ASMR over here.
And cheerleading is way more dangerous than freaking football or basketball.
I debate that.
No. Super bad injuries. You'll have to check it out.
So did you see the guy get resuscitated on field?
Oh, I heard about that.
Don't remember any cheerleaders.
Y'all don't ever see the cheerleaders except at halftime.
Every football game is basically a spectacular car accident,
Multiple.
It's just crazy. Look it up though. Look it up. Cheerleader incidents of accidents. I've known girls. I've actually been in squads where girls have broken their neck because they fell off the top of a pyramid.
Cheerleading is the #1 sport in high school where people get injured. So more injuries come out of that than anything.
It's pretty bad. They had me as one that you have your flies and you have your bases. Your bases are the strong girls on the bottom, and then you got your little girls that are on top. Those little girls, you want to get the lighter weight ones on top because obvious reasons in gravity. But when you're throwing them up in the air and you got to catch them,
But
if
gravity's
you
not
buckle
real.
as a base, all those girls fall down, and you can end up with serious injuries. And then you got the gymnastics aspect with the back handsprings and all that.
I was
I
always on
know
the
this
bottom of the
much
human
about
pyramid.
cheerleading. I really hate I know this much about I hate it. I grew up in the South, y'all, and it was freaking Friday night football and crap like that. I hated that. I hated it.
Damn it.
I don't get why people can hate football. It's a beautiful game.
Hand egg.
And egg.
And to be more on a serious note, people calling it sports ball and ruining it for the rest of us. Jeez.
I call it sports ball.
I call it sports ball too. Do you want to
We
know
all have
why
our-
I hate football? You wanna
I
know?
play a civilized game, sailboat racing. It's very civilized. The only
Very
problem
bougie.
is, you know what? There are an awful lot of head traumas in particularly in collegiate sailboat racing because you get so many people get whacked in the head by the boom. It's
I
like
can,
gotta really say, and you know, a hard piece of metal coming across the boat at a rapid rate of speed. That you know, it's not a good thing.
yeah, I can picture that.
Are they all drunk like pirates?
Not in college.
Arr.
Not in
Not in
college.
college.
because that
Not
was
in
the time
not in
for it.
collegiate.
Guaranteed in college. Come on now.
Not in collegiate sailboat racing. No.
Well,
Sounds
they're
like they're going to
drinking,
the
but
wrong
they're not.
college.
They're drinking, but they're not drunk.
No. They're
You
not
can handle
drinking
it.
while they're racing. They're not drinking while they're racing.
How do
That's
you?
not the way it works.
Okay, so
I
do
don't
they
know.
sing? Do they sing like piratey songs when they're training?
She
No.
I'm trying to find the appeal of this, man. Help me out.
Well, I mean, yeah, you play stupid games, of course. Like just like with
Oh,
unit cohesion sort of stuff. But other than that,
My grandmother's house is off the bay, and I remember watching a bunch of people trying to learn how to sailboat for the first time. It's kind of hilarious because everybody's like going off in different directions.
Oh, that sounds like a fucking. That
Whacked in
sounds
the
like
head
a
by the
reality
boom.
show that I would love to watch. Watch people learn how to sail. I would watch that shit all day. Fucking just sitting there. It won't go up. What do we push? The engine won't start. There is no.
How do I turn?
Well, what do we do if the wind's not
yeah.
blowing?
tiller towards trouble. There are all sorts of little things. You know.
It's
Oh,
a
you're
lot
going to
of
hit
fun.
something? Push it away from wherever the problem is.
I'm actually at a new college now building their chemistry department. And a lot of the students that have come in from previous professors, they were never allowed to touch anything in the lab. It was just all demos and they'd make them watch videos and write stuff down. I'm like, no. You got to touch stuff. You got to
Get your
break
hands in there.
stuff.
Giggity.
Let's get dirty.
Let's get dirty. Don't lick the spoon. Don't pour it on your friend. You know, it's
Now
like
you're,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you're
Lick the
just
spoon.
now you're just kink shaming.
That's
what
the
I'm
number
saying.
one rule in the chemistry lab is don't taste anything.
don't
taste
taste
yeah.
anything. And they
Unless
were
I
so
tell you, you can.
They were freaking out. They were like, you mean I can go? I'm like, go find the glassware. What's a graduated cylinder? Go find it. And they'll be like,
All I can say to that is it's a good thing nobody ever told Albert Hoffman not to taste the spoon. Otherwise, we'd never learn about LSD. So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He
Oh,
licked
well,
that.
Something that-
He licked
If
that
the
spoon for
cylinder's
in his
graduated,
mind.
why is it still in the
and then he
school?
took a nice little bike ride.
Man, he licked that spoon. He was licking that spoon for about 7 to 14 hours. He was just stuck in
Lollipop,
position. Just
lollipop.
yeah.
Jeez. My other favorite thing is when campus police will come up to me and be like, that door's got to stay locked and closed. There's deadly chemicals in there. I'm like, No, really? Well, tell me all about it. Like, I'm a freaking chemist, man. I got a whole master's just in instrumentation. I know there's arsenic in there. There's freaking arsenic. You throw an alkali metal in a toilet, it's gonna explode. I'm like, this. They like come up to me, but then when I close and lock the door, and they go and they do their checks, they open the doors and don't close them back, and then they come back to me. You know that lab was unlocked. I'm like. I'm like, Jesus is holding me back now. If Jesus is real, he's holding me back sometimes dealing with campus police. Did you know? No. I don't know anything, Mr. Police Officer. Please explain chemistry to the chemist.
Hey, I get economics explained to me all the time. It's great.
Oh, I hate this.
Whenever I see Swede
Just fill their cars up with some of the gases.
Whenever I see Swede post something in response to somebody saying something on Twitter, I can feel the eye rolls from Swede. I can just feel them through the phone. I'm like, oh.
My eye roll rivals a teenager looking at their parents after their parents ask them to do something.
You know, I've tried to. I've asked the last college I was at. I asked the chair if I could please explode a toilet with sodium metal in the parking lot, and he said no. I'm like,
Oh,
you're no
Why not?
fun.
yeah.
No,
Really.
I was just about to say the exact same thing. You're no fun. It'd
God,
be great.
Fuck.
I
That's
got
my
this
mind.
big old budget. You mean I can't just go blowing up toilets?
I remember my dad when he was in the university. He was in math class. As his math teacher sitting behind him, and him was sitting there. They're trying to work out the math and how to blow up the math teacher's car straight up in the air, make it flip and land right back in the same spot. He was working out all the math.
I think it is rather funny. We can meld these things together here. That the first successful sustained chain reaction took place under the football stadium. That's where they built the nuclear. That's where Enrico Fermi built the nuclear pile under the football stadium at the University of Chicago. It's like, oh, okay, touchdown.
Is that why they
Touchdown.
call the
Nothing but
nuke
net.
codes the football?
Home
Food for
run pointer.
Oh my goodness.
Home run, 3-pointer.
3 points.
I am just so excited for the Oppenheimer trailer. I watch it every day. I'm like, God, this is so cool. I can't wait. I wonder how they're going to do it.
I didn't even know there was one being made or a movie that was made. I got to check that out now. That's pretty cool.
So Cumberbatch is playing Oppie?
No. Cillian Murphy.
Is it killing?
I thought it was Cumberbatch.
What's Cillian Murphy in?
He's Peaky Blinders. The leader in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Was he Scarecrow?
Yes, he was Scarecrow.
Yes.
As
Oh,
well.
Scarecrow.
Okay.
Mhm. He's a good actor.
He's really
He is.
good. He's Peaky Blinders is
Great show.
underrated fucking hit. I absolutely love that show. I'm not done with it yet, but it's
Yeah, it's
really,
really
really good.
Mhm. I'm on the current season. Peaky Blinders is really it's tough stuff, man. You'd be like, man, those Irish boys don't play.
Man, they over there getting crazy on this show.
Did you ever see when Cillian Murphy met Harry, like Prince Harry? He, of the Windsors and all that UK royalty crap. So Prince Harry's coming through, and Killian's like all smiling and stuff and shaking his hand. And as he walks by, he just gives him the death stare. I'm like, the Irish don't forget, man.
No, we do not.
There's no
Sweet.
reason to.
I may call myself Swede, but I'm half Irish.
That potato famine was completely generated by the UK by stealing their crops and starving people to
Oh,
death.
it's much more complicated than that.
Yes.
It is a lot more
Yeah.
complicated, but essentially, yeah, the
was-
English were
It was land use proclamations.
Mm.
use proclamations that made everything either livestock or anything else, and potatoes were the only thing that could be planted in what was left over, which became
Yeah.
the Irish diet.
Mm-hmm. Mm. My
no,
parents, my mom's side, they came over. They're part of the McGeehee clan. They came over from Ireland with that. Apparently, they were hated so much in the past that my ancestors were pushed off a cliff. Some of them. I don't know. We're insufferable bastards, I guess. I don't know.
You can tell an Irishman or an Irish person who was actually a
them
Viking
what?
beforehand because they have red hair.
Oh,
Because red hair actually comes from Denmark.
Thanks,
And so
Shartan.
when the Danes settled what is now Dublin, that's where the red hair comes from.
Ah,
My hair is naturally black. It is not this color. That's from the Cherokee. My great grandmother was Cherokee, but on my dad's side, they're all English. And then we also have ancestry with Sir Walter Raleigh. So
Yeah,
well,
some
for my
Iroquois in mine.
family, there aren't any records back more than 5 generations, but they did live in Finland up in Lapland. So, Nordic stock, I'm sure if you could trace it back far enough, there had to be some Vikings in there somewhere.
Well, Finland
There's-
was more Sami than it is Nordic. Now,
Well,
Sweden did
it-
rule
it-
over Finland for a while. but-
Okay, the area
This
they lived
last-
in was the area they lived in was either Russia, Sweden, or Finland, depending on which decade.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's mostly Russian. Like
Yeah.
the Finnish language shares a lot more with Russia.
Yeah, that's actually why my great-grandparents came to America, is because it was one of the times the Russians decided they were going to move the borders around a bit. So they
They've-
figured that
they've
they
never
couldn't
done
hold
that.
the Russians off, so they took everything they could carry and burned the town to the ground.
The Finnish language is almost unique to itself. It shares some
Yeah.
commonalities with the whole thing's Hungarian, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's in a very, very tiny linguistic family. But just this past week, there was a study released, a study on DNA of the Nordic countries as to where the people came from. And there were a bunch of people on the coast in Norway that came this way, like from the British Isles, and a bunch of it's fascinating. It was just out this week. I saw it.
Oh, you Europeans.
Really, really
The
interesting.
Finnish religion.
Yeah, I know. I'm
is
sorry. It's like, well, I'm sure there's,
well, we all started in Africa, so
The
we did.
Finnish religion is actually all to itself too. It doesn't have anything from Germanic. It doesn't have anything from the Tengri. It's its own thing. Suminesco. It's has very little outside influence to it. It's actually a pretty cool read about.
lots of religions.
I
like
haven't
that.
seen anything about that. I'd be fascinated to see it.
Stephanie, so were they studying mitochondrial DNA? Did you read that much? I don't know if you read
I
that much.
didn't read entire. I skimmed the article that was presented. I'm not sure they were.
Just kidding. You didn't know there was going to be a test today. It's okay.
No. I don't know if they. I don't know if it was mitochondrial. I imagine it was,
Mm.
but that's only imagining. But
That's
it was going into haplotypes, like where are where are the origins? Where does it look like people in various regions in Scandinavia seem to come from?
There's a lot
I
to
don't know
claim.
why, but when you said mitochondrial, my brain went to metachlorians.
That's mine too.
Sorry.
Nerds. A couple of nerds.
Usually, I always think it's really interesting to see when these studies are done, like where's the mitochondrial from, as opposed to, where's the matrilineal line and where's the patrilineal line, because
Yeah.
who's the conqueror, who's the conqueree, and all of this other kind of bullshit. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's
everybody gets their mitochondrial DNA from their mother.
correct.
So that's a good way to
Not
track
everybody.
migratory patterns of women.
What do you mean, not everybody?
There are some rare cases where you can get it from the father.
Yes, those are outliers, is what we call those.
You should say there's outliers, though.
However, those mitochondrial ones that you get from your father came from his mother.
Yes.
Yes.
It's some weird round.
And
It's like they got
again,
drunk and went on some roundabout sort of way of doing it or something.
Yeah.
And Jebediah
Circling way back, everybody's unique. There
There's-
are outliers, but
There's
everybody-
no average
I'm an
patient.
And if we're
that's the one. That's the one.
and
There's
if
no
we're
average
designed,
patient.
whoever designed the FBN1 gene can fuck right off.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody designed it, my friend. It just evolved.
Jeez.
Yeah, winning that genetic lottery is not something you necessarily want.
Well, it's not really a lottery. It's a 50-50 shot if your parents have it.
Shitty
Yeah.
lottery.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's rigged. The house
it.
wins.
So Mel, you'll appreciate this. The FBN1 gene is what tells your body how to produce fibrilum, and that's why I am the way I am, because I can't produce fibrilum that's useful, which makes connective tissue brittle. And guess what your aorta is made out of?
Same thing.
Cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese. Yeah, mine is made out of Swiss cheese.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently.
A soft Havarti.
It's
You guys-
amazing. Those just small little things. It's just all comes from
The
the
cool
way
part.
the amino acids come together to make the protein,
The cool part about it all, though, I mean, is the fact that me and one family in Wisconsin are the first recognition of this particular set of markers for Marfan.
Wow.
So we're part of a new study to bring in this under the full diagnosis.
That rare. huh?
Wow.
The Y
That-
chromosome is getting smaller. I saw something in the chat. Extra D.
Yes. Yes, yes,
It
yes,
is. Yeah, it's Y chromosome.
Do you know it's on the Y chromosome? Just don't be a girl. That's literally, it's the coding to stop the production of, the fallopian tubes and all of that. So, I mean, that's what it is. It's just don't be a girl or
I'm
have
trying
a
to.
uterus, or whatever.
Purple.
So that's it. So I wonder if, in order to have men in the future, if the Y chromosome goes away, are we going to have to start going into in utero, injecting the proper proteins that are needed to ensure that males are born?
Y chromosome?
Maybe
Well,
maybe
I
a bunch of
don't-
male syndrome.
I honestly don't think so. I don't know. It's speculative, but why would that necessarily be? The Y chromosome carries certain genes, but it's still a chromosome. The
Yeah.
characteristics could be carried on, and the characteristics capable of producing a phenotype that can produce to get all kinds of weird. It can produce sperm. What's important what's important, I think, and you're the biologist, I'm a sailmaker, I don't know, but it seems to me that what's important in genetic expression is the environment into which the genes are placed, which is to say, if you don't have the right, if something goes, you could call it going awry, but if conditions are correct for the development of testes and penis, and the conditions are right for the development of vagina and ovaries, that it could work out any old way, depending on whether the genes are present. It's not the chromosome that's the problem. It's the genes and how they're expressed. And if the genes are there, and the hormonal conditions, the biochemical conditions are there through gestation, then it doesn't seem to me that there would necessarily be will we have to do something? Because what you suggested was we'd have to do something chemically, and of course that's what we do naturally.
Mhm.
The chemistry is there in gestation to produce. There are fertile people
Mhm.
with a female with a typically female phenotype that have Y chromosomes.
Mhm.
Sure.
So
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
not,
I mean,
it's not so fucking simple. And this is what
no,
drives
it's
me up the
not.
wall. What drives me up the wall when we're talking about biology.
It's not
A
simple.
biological female, biological male. Are hormones biological? Are genes biological? Is the genetic expression part of biology? Depending on, it's like you can fuck with biology 6 ways to Sunday and come up with all kinds of different solutions.
Oh,
Just
I
like
know. I
just like
wasn't trying
plus-
to. I wasn't trying to bring across the point that biology is somehow simple. I was just
Oh.
merely
No,
introducing
I know you
There
a
weren't.
we go.
hypothetical.
Yeah, like I'm
No. And
looking at this thing right now. It's a XX male syndrome.
Yep, there is that. There's intersex. There's all kind. It's bimodal. It's not binary. That's the thing that
correct.
people don't get.
That's right. That's a great way to put it.
Yep.
Plus,
It's
plus
bimodal, but
something
not
I've been
binary.
trying to interject in here for a while now is plus we're still evolving.
Yes.
Exactly.
Jeff Goldblum would come in here and say, "Life finds a way." As the
Exactly.
frogs, they used frog DNA in the freaking dinosaurs, and they were able to flip back and forth between the two
cool.
and have babies.
The cool next step in evolution, I hope, comes out of the family in Connecticut where they have super dense bones, cannot be broken. And then you breed them with the family in Austin who have super dense fiber. The next superhuman.
And we actually have X-Men.
Mm.
I always thought Wolverine
Yes,
would be a
man.
very, very plausible X-Men
Yeah,
if we
he would
sorted
be.
out telomerase,
Maybe not the bone claws, but the regenerative healing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
the
regenerative
regenerative
healing would be good,
healing. Basically, the aging process is linked to the shrinking telomeres, and that's one of the reasons why cancer cells tend to be immortal,
They're
because
working
they
on
can
that
just
too.
keep going. So
They figure within the next few years they'll have conquered the whole diminishing telomeres, and that at least people alive today will be able to live past 100.
I don't know that I
And
want that.
healthily.
It's just, but it's only going to be for really rich people if it's in the U.S. because they know
Well,
they
it
ain't going to
starts
give that to anybody.
Well, when it starts out, sure, but
that's
as
actually
everything, it gets cheaper over time.
Yeah, that's actually my problem. Actually, I actually had thought up a story where like a character sort of like Hitler, who is the only one getting this treatment, so he's effectively immortal, running this whole little colony.
Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, I guess something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I'm pretty much planning on living past 100. It's the one good thing I got in my genetics.
Nice.
I'll wind up being
But I
beat
mean-
to shit. I've got all sorts of things that are going to break down along the way, but none of them are likely to be fatal.
Man, just
And
put
you'll be
my
able to 3D
consciousness in
print
a
it.
computer. a robot.
Yeah,
When I
they're working
said
on
that,
too.
everybody poo-pooed it. Everybody poo-pooed it.
Scientist Mel, you've got to check the series out. I found it up on Curiosity Stream, and it's called
Okay.
2077,
Okay.
10 Seconds to the Future. There's 4 sections of it, at least in season 1 anyways. It is amazing. Some of the breakthroughs and shit that they've had that like recent stuff.
You know,
Well,
I'd be
I
okay
mean-
living in a dream world because I dream pretty great dreams and they're very vivid and I feel all kinds of sensations.
Hiddlestorm.
He was a very nice gentleman in my dream, very kind and appreciative and doting.
He was gentle but strong.
I'm not a fly.
Well, I mean, if you want to think about the advancement, 20 years ago, somebody in my conditions, the life expectancy was 30. Now it's 90.
Mhm.
There you go.
Well, I'm doing good even for my family. I'm the only one in my family who's made it past 50 without having a hip or a knee replaced.
Wow.
I still have all my original parts.
I might have to get my gallbladder removed because of crash diets I've done in my youth. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Demon bag. I didn't know that's what it was. I was just laying down going, oh my God, this is like horrible pain. I'm like throwing up violently. And I'm like, of course, Googling my symptoms as you do. I'm going, what?
As
could
one
this
does,
be?
yes.
As one does. And then I go to the doctor the next day. They're like, you should have gone to the hospital if it was that bad. Like, I have to like be dying.
Yeah, same here.
And then you're not going to be able to get there because you can't do anything.
The
I'll just
American
Uber
way.
myself there.
No, we just need to switch
Part of
over
the reason you're doing that is on account of the fact that you know that if you go to the hospital, you're going to wind up with a great big huge bill.
Look,
Yep.
we just need to switch over to the Republican healthcare plan of don't get sick.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this is
Have you
fun.
considered not being sick? That would really cut down on your medical costs.
I have considered that.
Get sick so much.
Let
Unfortunately,
me show this to you. You want to see this? Look at this. So hold on. Let me make certain I don't put my address or anything or ID.
Yeah, don't dox yourself there.
I won't dox myself. I'm just going to fold it over. All right. So look at how much it says that I owe according to my bill. 15,000 or something.
Jesus
Yep.
fucking Christ.
Okay. So this was sorry.
again?
Here. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Ugh.
Back
It's
it up
kind
a
of
little
blurry,
bit.
but yeah.
You can
Back
just
it
read
up.
it. It's
Anyway.
okay. We
I
trust
can't
that
really
as
read it, but I can see where the comma
Yeah.
falls.
I can see that it's I
Right,
can see that it's
so-
5 figures.
It's like started
mean-
out as like $29,000. This is when I got
Yeah.
COVID and I had to go to the hospital because I had 105 temperature and I was vomiting profusely. I could not keep anything down. It was guys, for lack of a better term, it was coming out of both ends, man.
that was
Yep.
fun time.
bad. It was horrible. I was dehydrating quickly. So I get to the hospital. I'm in a lot of pain. You know, they run a test. They run all these tests. And so they gave me a CAT scan. So this bill from my insurance company said that the CAT scan was not medically necessary.
What the flying fuck?
Tom Hiddleston. See, it's night, Tom. You gonna bring that special outfit? But the good news is the hospital was like, she was vomiting profusely, and we had to figure out what was going on. So it's not that. It's only $800, guys. It's only $800 compared to the $30,000 that I was billed.
Guess
Right.
how much my 2 surgeries together were.
Oh God, probably what, 50 grand?
The second one was 300.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, poor sweet
300
innocent
grand.
child.
No, you're-
altogether, so far I'm 800,000.
Yeah, you're into the millions easily.
I will the next one if recovery time in the hospital is 14 days, as they say, I'll be well over $1 million.
Hey, guess how much my last hospital trip cost?
Shut up, Neil.
Hey, Neil.
0.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cannot
fuck
be
you,
Canadian,
Canadians.
Neil.
Get
God.
off.
You
Step off.
Canadians.
Freaking Canadian, come in here, just ruin everything.
mean, it
You give us
wasn't
Justin Bieber, but you won't fucking offload your goddamn
Well-
health care down here.
Right.
Well, I
As an
will.
economist,
I will say, as the elderly American in the room with Medicare, guess how much when I blew up my ACL a couple of years ago cost me? Also,
much?
nothing.
There you
Well,
go.
as an economist, Neil, I have to say it does. It's not free. You just prepay it through your taxes.
I know it's taxes.
Of
yeah. I know
course,
that.
but
It's
it's
just
but
no-
it depends.
And guess what?
Service.
And guess
How
what? I'm
how
fine
much
with
does
that.
it how much does it cost to drive on I-90 aside from the tolls on the road that don't necessarily need to be there? But if the roads were, how much does it cost to drive on any free section of a throughway?
Free at the point of
I mean,
service.
it's
There's
just
no cost at the point of service.
free at the point of service. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Man, it's
Yep.
crazy.
It's what we call investing in the people around us.
Mhm.
See,
Sounds
I'm
like
all
some
for
commie bullshit to me.
It is commie bullshit. You're absolutely
Well,
right,
let's
Mikey.
go
I'm gonna
commie
shut up
bullshit.
now.
Socialism is not communism.
Doesn't it drive you up a wall? when
It's
people say that?
also perverted.
You've also got the fact that social health care like that is not socialism either. So
That's
right.
true.
Yes,
Guys,
Ollie.
it's almost 12:30 here. I'm calling the night.
Oh no.
Passing out.
Mhm.
You trying to get
Well,
a
Have a
pumpkin?
good one, eh?
That's because you live
No,
in
I'm just-
socialist Atlantic time. That's
And you smoked all that pot. That's also why.
Yeah,
That's
I've been
what it
smoking a bunch of
was.
pot. I've actually hotboxed my living room. There's so much smoke.
Poor
It's
Boomer.
an open living room
Yeah.
kitchen. This is like 30
Boomer
feet
is
wide.
high as shit right now. Oh, crack a window for Boomer, will you? He's young. You don't want him growing up stupid because you doped him up too much as a pup.
Go get you some Funyuns and go to bed.
Later, guys.
Funyuns.
Night, Ollie. Oh, good. I'm out of the center square. That's good.
He's
like
gone.
that.
Let's talk about him.
Turn.
Oh my goodness.
It's my
Well,
thing.
I hate to do it, but I gotta. We've already gone past my usual hour and a half limitation. So,
Yeah.
but I wanted to spend a little bit more time because Mel decided to pop in. I haven't seen Mel in like fucking forever. So
I know.
Have we been on stream together? I don't remember if we've been on stream together before.
I don't know. I've been on a lot of streams. I will be firing up my channel again. It's
Yeah.
just been crazy with the nephew having cancer and me getting
Oh, yeah.
COVID and changing jobs. I am the chemistry department at my campus. It's just me. So I'm like,
Yay, you go.
yay! And then they let me do whatever I want, and I'm like, "Are you sure that's a good idea?"
Can you just write that down, please? That I can.
just get
Evil
watch a few of your
laughter.
YouTube videos and then maybe reconsider.
I don't think this will be the worst thing that people got going on the internet. You know what I mean?
No.
What we do is relatively
Probably not.
tame to what some other internet searches from her colleagues might reveal.
I'm just saying, of anyone in our community, I am sure Mel is the one most likely to crack and become a maniacal supervillain.
That's probably true. That is
Oh
probably true.
my.
You know, my
I know.
role.
I know too much, guys. I know too much.
You know, my role as the guy who backstabs everybody at the end without
know-
getting caught
you
is
know-
going perfectly.
You know about the powders. That's the key thing. The powders and solutions. That's like
Alchemies.
what to mix together.
I have access
Blow
to
shit
all
up.
kinds of like scary stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is mine now. Okay,
Ooh, I have
let's
one.
mix this together. Let's see. Let's go. And they're like, whoa, slow
See,
down.
and that's the thing. Through the college chemistry department, she can order all the shit she needs, and no one
yes,
will think
access.
anything of it.
Don't
When I
do it.
tried to
we
order
need to tamp the
industrial-
conversation.
When I tried to order industrial ammonia, I got the FBI knocking on my door.
Right, right.
I'm already on
Yeah,
a
we need to
watch
tamp
list.
the conversation
fine.
down right now because Q will be knocking on Neil's door anytime now.
You guys are forgetting about the actual cyborg in this conversation.
The literal man from the future.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
The
sweet.
flesh is weak.
Or Sweet's going to be a space marine. You're about the same height.
They're only 8 foot tall.
Oh, right. Sorry. I apologize.
They're only 8 foot tall. Yeah, that's so short.
Compared to Sweet, I mean, it's a drop in the bucket, really.
Well, I'm just hoping you people hold it together long enough for the recovery ship to come and get me. You know, because as soon as I finish my thesis work here, I'm off this planet.
Take me with you.
I'll go too, just
I
for
like
shits
it.
and giggles.
Yeah.
I want to go and what's the fuck is that guy's name?
Aren't you collecting samples, Purple? Is it like
Perhaps
No,
a
no,
translator.
No, I'm just observing to do my thesis on primitive cultures.
Oh, I see.
Primitive cultures.
I think that was a slight.
Okay,
think so.
pre-space life cultures, if you want to be PC about it.
If you like audiobooks, then you got to listen to Expeditionary Force. I think there's like 17 books out already, and there's more coming. It's fantastic, and it's based on that kind of thing. Us being pre-space, but yeah, you check it out. It's great.
Well, that's
Anyway.
what my novel is based on. It's a team of ambassadors sent by the Galactic Alliance to determine whether or not we're ready for open contact.
Oh, this series I'm reading is very not like that. No. The other species don't think very highly, of each other and of us either. Two of them try to conquer us, but
Oh,
anyway.
man.
Yeah.
Not again.
But it's an awesome series because humans basically become space pirates and they steal one of the ships and they bomb around, fucking up all the plans of all the other races, right? So
Of course
it's
we
great.
do. That's what we do. We're assholes.
Yeah, so shits as usual. Yeah.
Oh, so we ended up proving him right in the end.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Basically.
It's in our nature. Yeah, I know. It's a great book, though. You'll be going, hoorah, at some point, trust me. Anyway, I'm on book 5 right now. Until, next time, guys. Well, actually, before I even say all that, I want to thank everyone for hanging out in the chat with us tonight, for being part of our little show here. And the back and forth with the chat is always hilarious. Also, thanks to my amazing patrons. You guys are awesome, and I couldn't do this without you. So thank you for all you do for the show. We do appreciate it. And Mage, thanks for being the guest tonight, and I'm glad you stuck around for the after party.
Yeah, you're a trooper.
Yeah, I'll have
Many
to
don't
watch
make it
the
all the way through.
replay because I came in halfway through.
That's all right. It should be there now. You should be able to watch it now. Yeah, and thanks you guys for hanging out with me in here and Mikey here in the after party. Yeah, that's it. And Sweet, stay positive, buddy. You make it through another one.
Yep. Well, just look out for a tweet roughly a week from Thursday that I'll tweet out whether I made it, or my wife will tweet that I didn't.
Oh, I see. I was going to say, how are you going to tweet if you didn't? But now I got you.
Well, Disney's got those things worked out.
If you
That's
want to
true.
know what the
Ghosts
last
are
3
real.
months have been like after we get the news that things weren't repaired the way they should be, I've been writing all the notes of where everything is, where the account numbers are, all the passwords to make sure that shit hits the fan.
Sure.
She's prepared. Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
That's good.
All right, guys.
Yep.
And this time I promise I'll actually play the outro. I forgot to play the outro for the deconversion story one because I've been doing this for like a month. And anyways, until next time, guys, like I always say at the end of these, like the late great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And by the way, he never did say billions and billions. That was someone else who said it, imitating him. Anyway, until then, see ya.
Bye.
Good night.